Hello, good afternoon, class. Good afternoon, class. How are you all? How are you all doing? All right, Angela, you are seated. Nuru, you are seated. Melvin, Kevin, Baba, yes. Asada, the newcomer, is also seated. Yes, everyone is seated, and I hope you are also seated. You watching. So, if this today is your first time of coming across this video, this is Class Connect. Class Connect with Mr. K or Mr. Che. So this video is for learners from basic 1 to JHS3 who are finding it difficult in maths. If you are finding it difficult any maths topic, this video is for you. So please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share this video so that others will benefit. I have done a lot of videos treating basic maths topics. So please, today our topic is on prime factorization. Don't be scared. Prime factorization. Okay, in other words, you can call it the factor tree. The factor tree. All right. So when we say prime factorization, it simply means the factor tree. The factor tree. So today we are going to treat this topic, prime factorization. Class, yeah, let me hear you. Again. Again, good. So it's prime factorization. It's a very simple topic. It's a very simple topic. But before we treat prime factorization, you have to know what we call prime numbers. There are so many types of numbers, all right? We have whole numbers, we have counting numbers, we have even numbers, we have odd numbers, we have prime numbers, we have composite numbers, a lot of them. Don't worry, I will do a video on all of these numbers and then I will show you how it is used and the likely question that you'll be asked on those numbers. But today, our focus is on prime factorization, but I need to tell you what is a prime number. Now, if you watch my video on factors, on how to find factors, I showed you on what factors are and then how we get factors of numbers. Okay, now there are certain numbers that have only two factors. Now, if you watch the video carefully, all the numbers that I listed were more than two. Okay, they were more than two. However, there are certain numbers in the world that have only two factors. In other words, there are certain numbers in the world that only two numbers can share. Apart from those two numbers, no other number can share. And those two numbers are 1 and then the number itself. They are 1 and the number itself. Just as a number na yɛka ho asɛm no, ɛyɛ number mmienu pɛ na ɛbɛtumi akyɛ. They can share equally without any remainder. Number no yɛ 1 ɛna number na yɛka ho asɛm no. Okay. Okay. Nti no, yɛnhwɛ some examples of those numbers that have only two factors. In other words, only two numbers can share. Let's take 2 for instance. When you take 2, the number that can share are 1 and then 2 itself. When you take 3, 1 and 3. When you take, let me jump quickly. When you take 11, 1 and 11. When you take, 5, 1 and 5. When you take 7, 1 and 7, etc. All these numbers are what in maths we call prime numbers. Prime numbers. All right? So let me write them for you. What is a prime number? So please, class, write it down. It's very, very important. Prime number. If you don't know prime number, prime factorization will be a bit difficult. So prime number, they are numbers. So let me make it numbers that have only two factors. Only two factors. Underline the word factors. then break comma, itself, and 1. Yes. There are numbers that have only two factors. The number itself and 1. Don't do chew and pull. Just get an understanding. It means that those numbers, only two numbers can share or can divide it. So the number that only two numbers can share or divide are called prime numbers. Nti numbers are number mmienu pɛ na ebetumi akyɛ wɔ wiase yi mu a ɛyɛ 1 anaasɛ number na yɛka ho asɛm na yɛfrɛ no prime numbers. Pacho, what you say? Nti mame, let me give you examples of it or of them. All right. So let's go to examples. There are many. Hey, Baba, stop that. 1 is not the prime number. 1 is not the prime number. Please. So, okay. 1 and what? I said two numbers should share. If you take 1, 1 can share 1. What other number can share 1 again? What? Ghost. You, if I follow Baba, if I follow you, please, 1 is not a prime number, okay? 1 is not a prime number. All right. So there are 2, 3, 5, 7. 9 is not part 2. 9 is not. 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, 29, 31, etc. So that is it. Now, if you know more prime numbers aside 31 or aside what I've listed down, please write it at the comment section. Write it at the comment section. List all the prime numbers that you know at the comment section. All right, so that others will benefit. But they are many, but I can't write all of them here. So any number that has only two factors are prime numbers. Now that we know prime numbers, we can zoom straight to prime factorization, or what we call factor tree. Factor tree. It is called factor tree because it looks like a tree. Anyway, it looks like a tree. So it is called factor tree. Are you ready? Class, are you ready? Because I am ready. If you are ready, so I am. And I believe you watching me too, you are ready for prime factorization. Let's go. So, examples. I always like to go straight to examples so that you understand. Maths is not more of theory, it's rather practical. You get it? Please let me wipe my face. It's more practical. So I believe in practicality. All right. Now let's assume that we are listing the factors of the prime factorization of 20. Prime factorization of 20. All right. Good. Now, most often, students, they are taught that if you want to list the prime factorization of this, first of all, you have to look for two numbers that you will multiply to give you the 20. You are correct. It is very, very correct. Two numbers that you multiply to give you 20. It is correct. But my advice to you is that because of the name prime factorization, and also for your work to look neat and well presented, it is always advisable to use a prime number to multiply another number in order to get the number that's the bigger number. So even if the two numbers are prime, beautiful, it makes your work easier. But if one is a prime and one is an even number, perfect. But no matter what, there should be prime number in the two numbers that you are using. There should be prime number, at least one prime number or two prime numbers. At least there should be a prime number so that your work will look very neat. Now, I'm going to take two scenarios where I will include prime number, and the one I will not include prime number initially. The later on, I will include prime number or something. Okay. Now let's take this one for instance. Now I will make sure that my first number is a prime